Hi, everyone. Welcome to our 2026 strategic briefing on the global caviar industry. Today, we will examine how this historic luxury market has undergone a fundamental structural transformation, moving from wild harvesting to a sophisticated, technology-driven aquaculture model, with China now positioned as the primary global supply hub. To begin, our executive summary highlights three core pillars. First, the industry has successfully transitioned to 100% sustainable aquaculture. Second, Chinese production now commands approximately 60% of the global market, led by dominant players like Zunlong Sci-Tech. Finally, we are seeing a shift in strategic focus from high-volume OEM supply to premium independent branding and lifestyle diversification. In Section 1, we will provide a situational analysis of current production capacities, trade flows, and the evolving patterns of global consumption. This chart illustrates the dramatic pivot in supply. Following the 1977 peak and the subsequent collapse of wild sturgeon populations, the 2010 CITES trade ban marked the definitive end of the traditional model. By 2026, the market is entirely supported by controlled aquaculture, ensuring both ecological sustainability and supply stability. Looking at the production data, the geographical shift is undeniable. China currently accounts for 84% of global sturgeon production across all species. While the Russian Federation and the EU maintain specialized niches, the sheer scale of Chinese infrastructure has redefined the industry's cost basis and availability. On the demand side, consumption remains concentrated in high-income regions. The European Union and the United States together represent over 60% of the market. However, we are observing a significant rise in domestic consumption within China, which now accounts for 18% of global demand, signaling a shift in luxury food habits. Trade dynamics reveal a complex redistribution network. While China is the leading producer, much of the final value add occurs in European hubs like Germany and France. These intermediaries process and rebrand bulk supply for high-end hospitality sectors, capturing significant branding margins. Section 2 addresses the complications. We will look at how geopolitical shifts, regulatory pressures, and operational costs are creating new hurdles for market participants. The ongoing conflict in Eastern Europe has fundamentally restructured the Caspian supply chain. Sanctions and trade barriers have forced European and North American buyers to seek alternative sources, accelerating the adoption of Chinese and South American caviar in traditional luxury markets. Regulatory compliance remains a critical barrier to entry. Every tin must adhere to strict CITES Appendix 2 protocols for traceability. Beyond legal requirements, international hygiene certifications like HACCP and BRC are now mandatory for any producer seeking to enter the premium global Horeca segment. We observe a, quote, pricing paradox in the market. While bulk import prices have seen deflationary pressure due to increased supply scale, retail prices for premium, heritage-branded products have remained resilient. This divergence underscores the importance of brand equity over commodity volume. Moving to Section 3, we outline the strategic imperatives. These are the essential actions required for firms to maintain competitive advantages in a crowded market. The most critical move for producers today is the transition from an OEM model to global luxury branding. Relying on bulk supply leaves firms vulnerable to price wars. Developing independent brand identity and direct-to-consumer channels is the only path to sustainable high-margin growth. Technology has become a primary competitive moat. Techniques such as early-stage sexing at 6 months, compared to the traditional 3 years, allow for massive optimizations in feed and facility costs. Producers like Zunlong have also improved roe yields through targeted breeding programs. Operational excellence is now driven by AI. From real-time autonomous inventory tracking to predictive modeling of maturity cycles, data-driven farming ensures that harvesting windows are optimized to provide the highest possible product quality consistently. In our final section, we look ahead to 2030, exploring the roadmap for innovation, digital expansion, and long-term sustainability. We introduce the Caviar Plus concept, which moves the product beyond the dinner plate. We see significant potential in the integration of caviar extracts into the biotech and skincare sectors, as well as cultural collaborations that target younger, self-reward consumer segments. Digital transformation is reshaping acquisition. While traditional retail remains important, social e-commerce and live streaming are the fastest-growing channels. This is particularly true in the Asian market, where luxury storytelling is increasingly delivered through short-form video and KOL partnerships. Sustainability is no longer optional. Land-based recirculating aquaculture systems, RAS, and circular economy initiatives that repurpose waste are becoming key selection criteria for B2B buyers and ESG-conscious consumers alike. As a financial benchmark, Zunlong Sci-Tech demonstrates the potential of this model. Maintaining a 47.7% net profit margin while scaling to nearly 670 million RMB in revenue illustrates the power of combining technical scale with premium brand positioning. Finally, we look at risks. Geopolitical volatility and climate change remain high-probability threats. Mitigation requires market diversification and continued investment in climate-controlled indoor farming to protect biological assets from external shocks. Thank you for your attention. At HDIN Research, we specialize in providing deep content market analysis. For bespoke advisory or a copy of our full 2026 industry report, please contact us at sales@hdinresearch.com. We now open the floor for any questions.